This is night number 6, yeah, session number 6, and we are going to be talking about the next referencing system, which is based on the religion by sort of perspective. So it's based on beliefs, yeah, not what religion says, but it's based on that belief, which is what we sort of a few things we just need to believe. All right, so let me. Hey, Tim. Good to have you here.
Hello. Yeah, just having dinner, so don't mind me. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Just relax. Yeah, as relaxed as you can. Sometimes I'm like, I just talk as if no one's there.
Yeah, no, because it was busy today. Because Annie had to go to the hospital because yeah, mother-in-law wasn't well because of asthma and stuff. So yeah, so yeah, it was all me
Well,
with Mochi. So yeah, it was a bit yeah, exhausted sort of thing. So now we're having dinner. So all good.
so that's okay.
Yeah.
So we have a quick reminder. A quick reminder. Oh my goodness. Can you hear next stuff? We heard something from far away. You have to wait. Goodness. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the right, Jordan's gonna have to cut this part out. Okay, so let's start. So welcome everyone to night number 6. And as we know, we are now truly on the journey of understanding a little bit more about us, about what's driving our thoughts and mind and what's inside. So we've got the 3 areas. We're driven by the three areas. One is dogma, and that's the things that we learn, we just know. Yeah, we learn through experience from family, traditions, culture. We just know them, just as we know them in terms of fire is hot. We don't know why it is hot. We just know that it's hot, or the knives are sharp and so you didn't touch. And so that's basically based on knowing. So that's dogma. And then science is the logic of it. It has to make sense. Yeah, it has to make sense. And so we've explored that yesterday, which is the formula of life's origin, because it sort of makes sense. So the formula is here in the purple box, but that whole thing is to explain why this here, if we do this here, we can change the way things are. So change the results of our life. If it's the result that we don't want, well, we don't go here to change our character. We don't go here to change our habits. We don't go here to change our actions. We don't go here to change our thoughts. We work on monitoring what we're hearing and seeing, and changing what we are saying and knowing, so that we can change the result of our life. It begins there. So that's why it's called the formula of life's origin. It starts here, not in here, because these are the things that we take in and it affects our thoughts. Yeah, we think that we have a choice in thinking, but actually it comes from here. So that's the formula. And so that we've explored that one. So today we are going to this corner here. Yeah. So logic, this is logic and understanding. And this one here is believing. So a lot of the things I'll be sharing with you is it will require you just to sort of believe it that way. Yeah, it's sort of like got that. It's got that that sort of feel. Yeah. So in life, we are directed by these 3 corners. Yeah, 3 perspectives, the 3 directives. All right. And for those of you who are here and haven't been through the course with us, so appreciate you being here. And if you have questions as in, so how do I monitor these and how do I change what I know? Yeah, so what you know is what you know. How do I change what I know? How can I see it differently? If I see that person as, as a mean person, how do I change to see that person as a kind person? So that one, I'd invite you to watch yesterday's video. Yeah, so video number 5, I gave lots of tools on understanding, because we have to have some understanding first to be able to change the way we can see or know things. Yeah, because the way we see things is the way we know things. If we stick to that, then we will still get the result that we have in our life currently. So we want to change it. We change this here. So I gave some tools yesterday and some understandings yesterday for that to happen, for that to be able to, so that we can carry that out. All right, so that is the formula of life's origin. And today we are exploring the human structure. Have we all gone through the human structure or haven't, or we haven't? Yeah. So I don't want to, yeah, so Amy and Don, have you gone through the human structure with me? Have you gone through the human structure? So with religion and faith, this perspective here, we have the referencing system is called, oh, sorry, I'll use orange because I've used orange here. Is called, yeah.
Is that the 16 human character traits?
Yes. Yeah. So you may have seen parts of it, but you haven't seen the whole thing. Yeah. Yep. So that's great. I'm glad you're here today, so that we can go through. And this human structure is quite long, so it might take 3 sessions. Yeah, we might take 3 sessions. I think last time we might have taken 4 sessions for this one. So it depends on how we go. Yeah, there's no rush. I'm not going to force it to go fast. We'll just see how we go. All right, so here the human structure. So first of all, we will look at our life structure. Yep. So in life, we have this thing that we need. We need stability. Would you agree with me? That we look for stability, balance. Yeah, that's what we say, I've got to regain my balance. So we look for stability. That's what we look for, things that will give us safety, that sense of safety, that sense of, that we can, that we can have balance, that we can have continuity, we can have that consistency, something we can trust on. And so we look to these, to the body or to the material, so to our body, and then to the material world, which is your status, your house, your car, your achievements, those kind of things. And all we look to love that's in people, for us to feel like we matter to people. And so we look to that for stability. But what happens when do they stay the same? Like, do they stay the same? Like, can you really count on those? Yeah, can you really count on them? So you can't really count on them to always be there. Yeah, so your love can change. All these here, would you agree with me that they are forever changing?
Definitely, Lynn. They're forever changing.
Hi,
Lynn. Sorry, I've just popped in, but they're changing. They can change. They're not set in concrete. They're not 100% guaranteed. They could be taken away in a moment.
Any moment, right? Any moment. And that's when we lose that stability, we lose that balance. Yeah. So then what is there in life then? Can we count on for stability? Yeah. Do you sometimes find that like there's no stability in life? Like sometimes we don't know what is it then that we can count on. Yeah. So
it's your world. It's your inner world, Lynn. So you count on your inner world. It's the inside of you. It's the light inside of you.
Yeah. So what specifically that's inside of you that doesn't change? I mean, sometimes you feel like you love one person and then the next moment we can feel like we don't love them, right? Or upset with them. Yeah, our spouse. Sometimes we think that we want something, and then have you ever had that where you have an aim, a goal, and then you try to get there and you get there and you're like, oh, is this all there is? No. So sometimes when you want something, and that's Yeah, and that's why we're like, you know, always moving our goals to get bigger and bigger. That kind. So what is it that's internally? And I think you're right, Christina, in terms of, you know, it's within ourselves. We kept saying, you know, okay, you can trust yourself, but what part of yourself can you trust? because yeah, we don't even know our inner world. Here we are sitting here saying, okay, what's our inner world about? Yeah, what's our construction? Who are we? So then what can we lean on? Yeah, so we need stability, that we know, that's for sure. Yeah, so what will give us stability when the world is forever changing and we are forever changing? Our body doesn't always stay healthy and strong all the time. Yeah. So what is it that is inside of us? And that's true. We can lean on ourselves. What is it that we can lean on that doesn't change because we want stability? It doesn't change over time. Yeah.
All the theory. Theory
The
one.
theories help you to focus. Well, the theory 1 helps you to
The light,
focus.
so that.
The love, learn, and realize help you to remember or have clarity. Number 3 is the
Question, temptation.
yeah, how to transform, like the process of transformation. They are just theories for you to follow so you can have flow in your life. Yeah, they have flow in your life. You're gonna get stuck. But for stability, so that you can keep going on your journey of, you know, being in flow, or do your, you know, theory 1 through 2, focusing on the light, you still need that stability so that you can bring yourself back up. Yeah, back into balance to keep going so that you can make life simple and joyous.
16 character.
So,
Truth.
pardon?
The truth.
The truth. That's right. Nancy remembers.
No, I've got notes.
You've got notes. Well done. At least you've got the notes. Awesome. Bean is flicking through his it's like 16 traits. He's looking through, and that's fair enough because, you know, yeah.
Oh, I got it here. I got truth.
Do you remember? So for stability, yeah, these are people who, like the Zen masters, yeah, they say it's your truth. Yeah, I translate it to be that truth, or you can call it whatever it is that is always there. Yeah, simply that's all it is. Stability means it's there, that you can count on. You know how we have, let me draw this up. This is new content, but I think it would really drive this point home. You know, so we have, what will I use? I use this one. So we have truth. Yeah, so we have truth. And then here's our dilemma. And this is why the world is forever changing, because it's a living world. Yeah, living world has growth, right? And this is why there's change. Nothing's wrong with change. Yeah, we want change. The other day when we're talking about the theory number 3, we talk about if we don't change, then we die at 25 and buried at 70. Yeah, Benjamin Franklin. So we have to, and this is our dilemma. This is our dilemma. We grow, which is change. Yeah, this is our dilemma. We change. And that's why we can't count on anything of this living world. And we are part of it. We are living. We change. But we need that stability. So let's put that one over here to remind us that we need that. And so we have this word here, trust. Does anyone find sometimes that it's a little bit hard to trust people or ourselves sometimes? Like, do we sometimes find that? Yeah. So can you see this word trust? If we look at trust, yeah, what does trust actually mean? What does
Means
trust?
you have faith in people.
Yeah, that, well, if you say we can trust in something, meaning
Yeah.
it doesn't change. Yeah, like I say, okay, Nancy, I'll be over, then I'll be over. I'm not gonna say no, I'm not over. Yeah. So trust is just, in a sense, there's no change. No change. So truth, in terms of true and truth, what do you think? It means, can you see, it just bypass this. This is allow us to live with this. Are you with me? This trust and this truth is to allow us to live with life. This is life, yeah?
Lynn, that is so good. That's a great illustration.
Thank you. New content because it's so important to get this. Yeah, that's all it means. Trust is there's no change. Because if there's change, it's like how can you trust on it? Or the truth means there's no difference in what it was to what it is now, to what's in the future. Yeah, to allow us to cope with the change of life because we need stability.
That's amazing.
This word balance. Thank you, Christina. I'm glad you feel how I feel.
Yes, this is just so timely. A lot of things are changing in my life, and that's like really amazing.
Yeah, so we don't have to hate change, you know? It's like change is good for us. We need change. We don't hate change. We just need trust and truth to help us to be with life. So we don't have to say, hang on, I don't want that. But in actual fact, you do want it. You want challenges in your life so you can grow, so you can change with life, so you don't die at 25 and get buried at 70. That's why I love that. Yeah, I love that because it gives me the right to stumble and fumble. But I will not lose my balance when I'm stumbling and fumbling because I've got truth. I'll stumble, but I'll get back to balance very quickly because I've got truth. I'll leave this trust alone. We need the trust, yeah, because it helps us to cope with the change. But it's our truth that's within us. Whereas when it's trust, it's external. Are you with me? Trust is it's internal, but based on external. Are you with me? Everyone?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, so human structure, we are learning about ourselves, right?
Yep.
Yes. So we want to stick to truth because truth doesn't change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? It gives us balance to cope with life.
Mm-hmm.
We are not going to focus on trust right now. I'm not going to cross it out. I'm just going to box it up to bank it here until we talk about wisdom. We won't focus on trust because trust means you believe in something that may be external of the past. It's say you trust on something, it's external. Are you with me? Trust is like if I trust you, then I have to base on your past of your Nancy says she's coming over at 7. She's always here at 7. She's always here at 5. She's always here. It's based on the past. That is you. Are you with me?
Mm.
Yeah. So we're not going to talk about that. We are talking about truth that gives us balance. Yeah. Because it's within us.
So where does trust fitting in the truth?
No. Trust. I just write trust here to show us that we need trust to have balance and we need truth. That's why we need trust. That's why we want to talk about. That's why, you know, when you can't trust someone, you're like, like that. But in trust, the trust, the reason why trust is so important is because it has that sense of not changing. Are you with me? It's not changing. So, okay, I'm going to cross it out. Let's not focus on this. I want to bring you to the attention of the not changing. It gives you the balance. Oh, sorry. The not changing gives you that stability that you can lean on. And truth is within you, which we will explore why it's within you, so that you can have that balance, which you need for life. Without the balance, life will be very, very rocky, very difficult. If you find that life is rocky right now, yeah, difficult, annoying, heavy, yeah, that's because you've lost your balance. And so if that's the case, we're going to learn about truth that you can go to, because everybody have this truth. And what truth sounds so big, it sounds so big, but it just means that it doesn't change over time. It just means that it's something that isn't our body because it's changing. It doesn't belong to this physical world because it doesn't grow, it doesn't change. It's just there. It's just there. It's truth. Truth, here we go,
Just-
is just there. It does not come from thinking. You can't create truth. Truth is just truth. Yeah, truth is just truth. And it remains the same over time and space. That's why it gives you stability. That's why it gives you that balance.
Do you have an example?
So, so the truth is just not changing over time and not changing over space. That's it. That's the meaning of truth. So we have to accept that's what truth is first. Yeah, is that something that doesn't change over time. It does not change. It does not change. All right, now we're going to explore. Is that okay, Nancy?
Yep.
We're going to explore about the concept of change first. Let's say something. Let's give me husband. All right. Do husbands or wives like, oh, say love. Love's good, yeah. Can love change over time?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like more or less, yeah. Today I love pink, tomorrow I love blue, whatever. Yeah, husband the same. The man. Okay. So let's talk about what else? What else? Anything. Yeah, they all change. So then, okay. So we know what truth is not. Yeah? Nothing that we know. Would you agree with me? Nothing that we know is truth.
And Lynn, I really like the concept that truth and trust don't belong to the physical world. I love that. That's really simple but powerful. Then the concept of grow and change is to do with our physical world. So that's right. Is that right?
Trust belongs to this physical world. Yeah, trust belongs to this physical world. I just want to bring trust in because we want to lean on something that doesn't change. It's still to have that. Yeah, I just want to point out the not changing. Yeah. We say, oh, yeah, are you speaking the truth? Are you speaking the truth? Can I trust you? Yeah. So we want to have the truth is, so it comes with the truth. Are you speaking the truth? The truth, what does it mean when we say, are you truthful? Are you truthful? Meaning it doesn't change afterwards. Yeah, if you say it like this, is it truth? If it's truth, then it's not changing. Yeah, and from that we can trust it. So trust is this physical world because it's for us to keep moving, but truth doesn't change.
No, right. Okay, I've got that part now. So
Yeah.
the truth part doesn't change. That stays what it is, and that is also, it belongs to the doesn't belong to the physical world.
Because the
Truth
physical
does not.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But growth and change with trust is part of our physical world.
Yes. Yeah. So we get the truth is not changing. So now we're going to find, well, we know why we need it, yeah, for stability. Because stability means doesn't change. Yeah, balance means no changing. It's just like flat like this, doesn't change. When something doesn't change, we can rely on it. Yeah, so say, if you husband, right? I can, if we can say, okay, never ever going to change. Yeah, that's what we ask them to say to you, tell me you love me forever. Yeah, and we know that we can't trust in that, but it's like we want that not changing. That concept of not changing is really, really settling. It gives us this balance because you can trust it. You can sit with it. You can it doesn't change. It doesn't change. It's always there. That's all. That's all it means. Just it doesn't change. We don't want things to change when we say truth. Yeah, is it truth? Well, then it can't be different. One moment like this, another moment like that. That's not truth. Yeah, if it's this, then it's this. That's truth. And therefore, that's the concept. It doesn't change. Yeah. So now what is it that we can have so that imagine, yes. So sometimes we hang on to, okay, if I have a house, then I'll be happy. You know that once you have a house, you will not be happy all the time, because it can keep you happy for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you will not. The same with the marriage. We know that, yeah, we know according to, statistics, yeah, research. It's like, yeah, and then we get into this stage 1 honeymoon, and then stage 2 like this, because we're changing all the time. We can't lean on that and say, okay, that's why, now young kids, they're like, I don't know, we don't need to get married because who knows what's going to happen. It's like, but with truth, if we have something that can hang on, that is always there, then we can always turn to it for balance, so that we can balance ourselves and keep going with this in this life. Keep going in this life. Are you with me? So we don't turn to lean on those things that changes, on the things that change, so that we can have this truth. So is everyone with me in terms of just the understanding of truth means not changing?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it. We just stay with that for now, and then we will explore. I think what I'm trying to get a sense with you is how important it is about something that's not changing, that's always there, always the same. Yeah, is that stability, that balance that we get when we're with things that don't change. Truth does not change over time and space. So that's something we're going to explore. Yeah, just the concept of that. That's all. I'm not trying to convince you anything. I just want to bring up the sense of not changing over time and space, because everything else in this physical world changes. And if we hang on to them like a lifeboat, for example, like a floaty, when they change under us, we will feel like that. Yeah, like out of balance. So we want that balance. Okay. Is that okay to stick with truth? It doesn't change. Yeah, and we don't know what it is yet, but everything changes in this world. So then what is it within us that does not change? Yeah, what is it that within us that does not change? So we're going to draw the human structure, which I am going to show you here. We're going to draw it's as a circle first, and then we're going to explore truth. Yeah, we're going to explore truth. But first we're going to draw it. And I would say if you ever feel out of balance, drawing this structure, if you try it, drawing this structure actually puts you back into balance. Like that, spinning around like this for a while, and then you sort of like re-center. It's like that. So let's start with, on the inside, we're going to have our being. It's actually our manners. Yeah, our manners is that state of just being. So I'm going to write manners here. Yeah, and let's draw a circle around it. I haven't drawn this for a while, so bear with me. There we go. And then we have 4 things inside. Right, with the pink. And that is our hearing. Our hearing. Our seeing. This way. Our saying. Yeah. And our knowing. And these are surrounded by this energy. Yeah, energy, like the halo's energy, so they don't vibrate. Yeah, it's a very, very balanced energy. And then we have the 16 character traits that someone mentioned before, and it's going to go in 3 circles around the outside. So we've got 3 circles containing 16 character traits. Yeah. So we start off with receiving. So the first circle has 4 words. So you can divide it into 4 places. Yeah. So we've got receiving. And I'm going to write it with all the traits with orange, but I'm going to circle them in different colors. Receiving. So what we receive into our world. I will explain these a little bit more in a moment. And then we have ideation. What? Just going to write ideation. That way it can be faster. And then we can talk about the meanings. And then we have action. Yeah. And then we have here consciousness. Consciousness. And I'm going to circle that with orange, a deeper orange. Yeah, to form our first circle close to the halo. Oh, looks like my circle is going to be a bit round, a bit crooked. So then draw it in. Yeah, it's good because, you know, practicing this because you want to visualize it when you come to, okay, I'm out of balance. What comes to your mind? You want to remember it. So yes, you may have drawn it before, but guess what? The more you draw it, the better it is for you. You do want to have this picture in your mind because it's like your internal world. Yeah, it's like driving from work, driving home. You want to know it like the back of your hand because it is you want to know this. I think if anything to know by heart in life, it would be this one. Yeah. So the next circle, the next layer of traits is, so we have 5. Yeah. So this one we have 4. The next one we have 5. And it would start with money. So money is only a representation. Yeah. Money stands for like your ability, your talent, things like that. Beauty is your next one. Beauty. And then here we've got fame. So fame in a sense of being mattered and important or significant. And then we've got eating, which is a physical needs. Eating and then sleeping. Oh, right here, this way. Oops. Sleeping. Yep. So that I'm going to, so 5, yeah. These are super important to know. Super important to know because when we talk about our character, what forms our character, and sometimes we might hear ego, yeah. These play a big, big part in explaining that, our ego. So then we have the third one. So there are how many? 4 plus 5, that's 9. So we have 7 on the outer layer. And these are a little bit negative, yeah, because it's our human character traits, yeah. So we have greed, which is really not meant to be very negative. It's only dependent on the direction of your greed. If you are greedy for, like, in terms of wanting, greed is like want or desire for someone, then it's actually very positive. Yeah. So greed, anger. Yeah. Get what you want. You might get angry. So there's anger. And then you might have here is ignorance. Yeah. And we will explain how these all come about. And then we might have arrogance. Yeah. Yeah. It's addressing all these character traits that we may experience in ourselves or sometimes from people around us. And then we have doubts. Yeah. Or people, we see it in people. Sometimes we don't see it in ourselves, but we all have it. We all have it. Yeah. Doubt, evil, have the ability to be evil. Evil is just wanting to cause harm on another, hurt someone, that's evil. Yeah. and then we have our views when we get, so the way we see something. Yeah. And so that's the outer layer. And I'm going to circle that with brown. Let me think my brown. I might need a light under here. So that will be another layer here. Yeah. And when we draw this, be as, you know, just stay in flow with it. You will see how beautiful it feels. And it balances you up. The more you know about this work. Yeah. So now it's not very, you know, somehow I know that I need more space here, but I'm still using a lot of space on this side. Okay, so around these we have the electromagnetic fields. So I'm going to write here the electromagnetic field. Electromagnetic fields. Oops, it's I before E. How can I change this? Okay, let's change it like this. And so we have a positive vibration. Yeah, positive one. And they vibrate. Yeah, that's why we feel what we feel, because of this vibration. Yeah, and that's a positive one. So that is like full of energy. Sometimes we're just so excited and we're like doing everything, and you know, we call it, what is it? Behaving like 100, what is it? 100 miles per hour. That kind of, you know, we can go at that speed. And then there are other times that we might have a negative charge, and it's a negative charge. So it depends if it's like anger, depends on the level. It might be very, very high or very, very low, but negative. Yeah, so negative can be very high or very low. This negative charge. Okay, so that's surrounding our character traits. So that makes up our ego, and how it works. There's this explanation that's really good, and so you wait for that one. And so here we've got that around. Then outside of this vibration, we've got the energy. We've got our bubbles of illusions, which, according to the Buddha, he says there are 84,000 bubbles of illusions. But according to science, I've forgotten his name, actually. I looked up the other day, that he's found 34,000 emotions. So that's the reason why, you know, we feel all sorts of different feelings at all sorts of different times, and sometimes it comes and we don't even it's like uncalled for. Yeah, bubbles of illusion. And why they are bubbles of illusion is they come and they go. Yeah, they come and they go. Okay, so we draw the bubbles. Yeah, lots of them, because they are all around us, everywhere in our body. And that's what we say, we feel. Yeah, we feel, because when they swell up, we feel it. We feel it. And that's from the charge of that energy there. Okay. So now we've got that. The bubbles of illusion. Okay, so then around that we have our body. Our body. Let's use purple. So this is the body, and our body is made up of 4 elements. And we have soil, we have fire, we have water, and we have air. That's from our body. Soil is like the vitamins, physical body here. And that's the body surrounding, that's the body keeping all this inside. And outside of our body, our physical body, yeah. So outside, yeah, sometimes you can feel that energy. And that's another layer of the electromagnetic fields. So we have another layer. Yeah. Another layer of it. That's why you don't have to, the person doesn't have to say anything for you to feel the charge in that person. And that's the charge that's around us. So sometimes a person can be very positive and you just by standing near them, you feel it. The energy travels and transfer. Yeah. So here's my red. Yeah. Did I use red before? I used red. Okay. Use this one. And so it's vibrating around. All right. But anyone who's finished, you might want to take a photo, put it on the chat. See how round yours is. I'm sure it's round. And see whether it's sort of lopsided like mine. And that's our inner, but it's not the full structure. Yeah, we also come to the world and we have, we're all women, but we all look different. We're all sisters and yet we look different. And even twins can look different. So the identical twins still have parts where they look different. So those are called the small differentiated karma, which means you come into this world and you're bringing something along from your past. So small differentiated karma. Yeah. Yeah, the small differentiated karma. And then you also have for our structure, for our humanness, the way we are formed, we also, our experiences of how we are also dependent on these three sources of energy. Yeah, the three sources of energy. And these are dependent on your like your collection of the evil energy. Doesn't mean that you are evil. It just means the evil energy as in things that we've done that hurt people. Yeah, intentionally or unintentionally. So that's a collective of that energy. And it affects we bring that into this world and it's with us. Yeah. So that's why sometimes, some people are luckier than others. Sometimes we say that. Yeah. It comes from the energy. And then another source of energy is the blessings. So sometimes we come with lots of blessings. Yeah. That's why sometimes I would say, oh, those other people are luckier, or I am luckier. Yeah, the blessing. And then we have also another source is the merits. So the merits are what sort of like protects you. Yeah, that they are like we can come to our truth more easily. Yeah, some people learn a lot. They might take 5 years to learn and they never come to their truth. And some people just by touching to this sort of information, they're like, oh yeah, they're with their truth and they can create the change in their life. So that is dependent on these sorts of energy that they've brought with them. Yeah. Or created in this life as well. And we'll learn how to create these so that we can have like a bigger mountain to take along of blessings. Okay, so that is so that's us there. We have our traits here, we have our emotions here, we have our body here, we have our inner. Now that is where our truth is, which we'll go a little bit deeper, and as we go through, you'll see how it's truth. Yeah, we have our small differentiated karma here. We also have our 3 sources of energy, and then we have our general General karma. I can see Bin's like Barry's sitting. Are you okay, Bin?
Yeah.
General karma. So it's like we call it karma, but it's like, it's basically just things in the past are sort of like, that's coming back with us. That's it. Yeah, it's like an energy that, it sort of like stays with us. It comes with us. So what is it? It's our knowledge. This one here explains why sometimes we see a person and we're like, we've seen them before, we know them from somewhere, we've never met them before. The knowledge, like we know something really, really well. That's why when you come here, come into this world, sometimes we are very good at one thing. We know something really well, so easily. It's because we've known them before. That's how this explains it, yeah? And then our conditions. Yeah. And then so I'll explain more about this another time, because I think we are all, we'd want to write this first. And then our results, the things that we've experienced before. Okay, so that completes everything that's within us. Yeah, the structure of us. And we will go into, so how many more? Okay, maybe 3 more sessions on exploring how it works and what to do with this human structure. Yeah, on how to create, again, we're exploring our life so that we can, I guess, live our best life. To live our best life, and to be able to live our best life, we've got to know the construct of our life. Yeah, we have to understand it to work with it. Yeah, so this is so that's the structure. So what I will do now is to explain, to give you a bit of explanation. Do you need to stand up and stretch? Thinking wants to stand up and stretch? You want to do that? Yeah. So I'll give you some information on the traits. I think it's important to know. Yeah. So the traits, I'll put it into the full screen. So here the traits are the first four, they're close to this. I'll go into this in a moment, but I just want to go over the traits. So receiving is absorbing, to take in, to import, to take in. So what we take into we receive, yeah, into our life. Ideations are the things that we create, we make our perception, what we make of something. And this one, what we make of the past, we call it, we remember. Yeah, that's what we create of the past. Why we say they're not facts? Because the same thing can happen, but 3 different people standing there may take 3 different things, 3 different meanings, 3 different sort of scenarios. The way we remember it's all different. Yeah, so it's an idea that we take from that experience. And so that would be remember from the past. If it's now, then we are imagining right now and planning if we think about the future. Yeah. And then we've got action is the things that we carry back and forth. Yeah, doing, exporting, expressing, reacting, or responding. That's how you would respond to the world, or what you would do. Yeah, that action that's going on. And then consciousness, of course, is to know. And then the blue layer is money. And so money represents your ability, your talent, your value. Yeah, that's why this is really big. When we do things, we want to be recognized. We want to show that we are valuable. Okay, and beauty is our standards of appearance of self or others. Yeah, and then our fame. So here we've got fame. Fame is whether we feel matter. We need to feel that we matter to the world, to people around us, to be noticed, to be significant. And then eating, of course, is food or to consume. And then sleeping is that rest of flow or that feminine energy. Yeah, we want to, that softness sometimes. Okay, greed. Okay, so now what to, and so can we have it? Okay, so now we're up to the 3rd layer. Yeah, the 3rd layer is greed. Greed. So greed is our desire, our want. That's it. Yeah, our desire, our want. And when we really, really want it, people might say that, you know, you're in your greed, but if you want it for someone else, it's still greed, just positive. Yeah. So anger is the emotional reaction. Yeah, where we're not happy, we're not pleased. Ignorance is that disillusionment. Yeah. And then arrogance is that inconsideration. And then doubt is lack of conviction. Evil is wrong or doing harm to others. And then view is our sight or our perspective about something. Okay, so that explains basically just a concept, yeah, of what they are. All right, how are we going for time? Okay, how's everyone going? Does anyone want to say something, ask about something here? It's important we know this. Yeah. And so, okay, so maybe this one will be the last slide for today, is with this blue ring here, these five character traits, 5 of them, they have the levels, yeah, the levels. If we're in negativity, yeah, they can be negative or they can be positive. Yeah, so they're not negative all the time. They can be positive as well. So if it's greed, it would be greed if it's a negative. So when we want it, but it hurts, harms another, or it's just for yourself, but it's sort of like harm, when it causes harm on others. Yeah, then that's negative. That's called greed. But if it's like positive for another, then it's that charitable state. Yeah, and then that is still under greed. So this is important for us to understand what greed means. So when we say greed, we don't judge it. Yeah, don't have to judge it as in it's bad. It's not. It's just a want, and that's part of our humanness. And when we understand this, we can accept our humanness. Yeah, we want this, and that's okay. Sometimes we judge ourselves. Yeah, that we shouldn't be wanting that. And so that will now, when we think like that, our vibration will go down because we are judging ourselves. We don't feel good about ourselves. So this is really, really important to know. Yeah, there's only 7. Oh no, that's not 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 7. Great. That outside. Sorry, not the blue. My bad. Not the blue. The brown. Yeah, the brown. So it has that degree. Anger is, yes, if you were to cause harm, negative. But if you were to, you know, be positive in a positive way, it's being pleased. Yeah, and that's also in this word anger. Yeah, so it's a little bit different to the way we used to know it. Ignorance is, of course, like, you know, you don't know anything else but that, or you are sort of in control. Yeah, arrogance is when you think that you are, you know, beyond people, then that's no good. But if you feel superiority, yeah, you feel that, sometimes it gives you that confidence. And that's okay, because in that you feel good about yourself, but it's not hurting another. Yeah, so you're feeling good about yourself is a good thing, but so when it's not hurting another. Yeah, when you have to put someone else down to feel good, well, then that is self-conceited. It's not feeling like you are good. Yeah, confidence, really. Doubt is then confidence. If you know you don't trust yourself, and we have views, the last one. Okay, so views is well, if we stick to our view and we don't take in anyone else's views, we're not open. Yeah, we're closed. Then that's stubborn. And if we are open, well, then we're agreeable or open. Yeah. So that's that. Basically, it's for us to focus on these words, but have a different concept to them. That they can be negative or positive. Yeah, very important, because when we learn about the functioning, you love it, but when we learn about the functioning, we'll see, that's why. Yeah. And when how it would drive it up and down this bar here. It drives it up and down this bar, or maybe this way. Yeah, but this way it means, you know, we feel the same way. If it's down here, it's negative. Up here, it's positive. And so it goes up and down here. This greed and anger and ignorance, arrogance, doubt, evil.